Hi guys, it's so beautiful out today. I thought I'd read to you from outside. So if you're just peeking in on this video, there's actually a few videos before this. This is a continuation of a series I'm doing. I'm the author of Magic at the Library, and I'm reading each chapter. There's 8 chapters and I'm reading each chapter per video. If you enjoy the chapter and you have children that love to color and illustrate, I'm just putting it out there that you could submit some artwork for the chapter, and then at the end of the series I'd put all the artwork together and read the book in a special video as a picture book. So I'm looking forward to that. But if you missed the previous videos and you're interested, please follow along and just start at the beginning with the introduction. Okay, so today we're actually reading chapter 3. And again, I don't want to say I apologize, but sometimes I'll have my little puppies coming around, so they're a treat, and might hear some birds in the background, which I think is a good thing. So chapter 3, today was the day. I had so many butterflies in my stomach I couldn't stand to wait any longer. Ashley, come on, Sydney yelled as she rode past my house. There's no time to waste. I was ready for her, on the bike with my foot on the pedal. I'm coming! As we approached the library, I could tell it was made of stone, and it had windows with large carved frames around each pane. Some of the glass was stained glass. That means glass of all different colors. That creates a scene on the window. When the sun shines through, you can stand inside a rainbow of color. The butterflies in my belly wouldn't quit. I was so excited. This place is more beautiful than Cinderella's castle at Disneyland, I said. Really? Exclaimed Sydney. I've never been to Disney. And you think this is more beautiful? I could tell she was so proud to show me one of her favorite places. Ashley, she said, I'm so happy you love it too. Next to the library, surrounding the playground, was a moat with a brown wooden bridge crossing over it. It was encircled by a lush green forest. Large oak trees lined both sides of the road, creating a canopy of leaves along the entrance to the library grounds. It was like walking in a tunnel. A golden light filled the space as the sun filtered through the leaves, creating a soft glow and sparkles of sunshine here and there. Because it was autumn, the leaves were sunburst yellow and fire orange and red. Even though the trees were still covered in leaves, many had fallen to the ground, making big, fluffy piles of orange and red. Ashley, let's jump in the leaves, Sydney shouted. She rolled back and forth in the piles then, standing up. She'd grab a bunch of leaves and throw them up into the sky. The leaves floated slowly back down as Sydney looked up, a big smile on her face. I couldn't wait to try it. As I walked over, the vibrant leaves rustled under my feet, making crisp, crunchy sounds. I began running through them just to hear more of it. Sydney, this is so beautiful. I never saw this back home. Let's make more piles, she said, so we can jump on top of them. If we make them big enough, it will almost feel like we're bouncing on a bed. So we did, all the time rustling through the leaves, throwing them in the air and at each other, giggling and laughing, but I was still curious about the legend. Ashley, said Sydney, my Auntie Violet once told me about a legend she heard when she was a kid. It was about magical happenings on the library grounds. Some folks talked about lights being on at night in the library. They heard music and laughter and described how an entire hidden section of the building would suddenly appear. The legend says the building is on top of magical land and that special beings continue to live there. But only a few people over the years have been able to actually see them. Loving a good mystery, I asked Sydney, "Is that true? Have you ever seen anything?" "No, I can't say I have, but every time I come here, I feel happy inside," said Sydney. "I can be having a bad day at school, and my mom will say, 'Let's go for a ride to the castle.' As soon as we pulled into the entrance, I start feeling better. There is definitely something special about this place." I was quite curious, so I asked Sydney if we could go inside the library, and I asked the librarian for more information. I think I hear some puppies. They might be coming. I don't know. I think they're around. I was quite curious, so I asked Sydney if we could go inside the library and ask the librarian for more information. Sydney, being the social butterfly she is, approached the librarian, whose name tag read Miss Penelope. "There is a legend about the library and its grounds," Sydney said, "and my friend Ashley and I would like to find more information about it. Do you know anything about the legend?" She reminded me of a reporter on television news asking questions after question. She reminded me of a reporter on the television news asking question after question. "There are a few old books in the library that mention the legend," Miss Penelope explained. "But I don't know of anyone who has ever seen anything unusual happening. There are a few old..." After showing us where those books were, she pulled out an old, dusty book with maps of the library grounds. She pulled us aside. "If you look carefully on the library grounds," she whispered, "there are clues to mysteries just to be solved." Looking carefully through the book, we realized it would be quite helpful while exploring the area. "Miss Penelope, could we sign out the book?" I asked. "Unfortunately, this book is part of a special collection and can only be used for research purposes in the library," she said. "Oh, Marty, come here, bud. Come here. Come say hi. Come on. Hi. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Huh? Do you want to see who I'm talking to? Say hi, Marty. That's Martino. Okay. Let's reread that. "Unfortunately, this book is a part of a special collection and can only be used for research purposes in the library," she said. "But you are welcome to take notes and read it whenever you like. There's some paper at the front desk and some pencils." Sydney draws very well, so after I browsed through the book, she began copying some of the maps that she felt might be helpful in solving this mystery. Sydney and I looked at each other, our eyes wide and full of excitement, and headed outside. And that was chapter 3. I hope it wasn't too distracting reading to you outdoors, but the sun is shining, the birds are singing, we had a visit from little puppy, and some bells in the background, and I hope you found it relaxing. I'll see you on the next video.